basically we were doing a unit all about sustainability, and we thought it'd be really good if the children could go to a local place and see what's happening in their community to enforce, you know, the topic of sustainability that we're doing. And the centre came up as a valid option for us to try out, and then we got in touch with yourselves and we came.
So did you know that it was a passive house before you came to visit us? Did you know much about the building?
Not really. We sort of could see bits and pieces online, but didn't really know much about the building and all the different exciting features there are there.
So actually there was more there to look
Than
at
we'd
originally thought.
Yeah.
And but like Nick was saying, I think we had to think quite carefully about how we're going to relay it to the children, because obviously a lot of the things were almost hidden away.
And it's quite technical. And it's because, you know, it is sort of about the building techniques, if anything, that make it what it is.
Yeah, but I think, as Vicky said, I mean, the best way for the children to learn is to see something in action. So we can tell them all about sustainability in the classroom and show them photographs, but it doesn't really make as much impact as going to somewhere like the centre and actually seeing everything happen. And I think both Vicky and I said that we were really impressed with the level of understanding the children had, because they could see it all going on and they were interested. So
I feel that we've learnt a lot. We've even, there was certain gadgets and things in the house that I'd never heard of seen of before. So I think actually on our initial visit when we came, we both came out like, wow, what was that? We hadn't known what that was beforehand. So.
And again, coming back to publicity, you know, I mean, it'd be just all that you can do to make other people aware of what's going on, or just understanding what's being made there and designed, and, you know, sort of taking that to other buildings as well as much as possible. Because, I mean, coming back to the children's experience, of course, you know, as we said to the children there, that many of them may become or try and train to become future architects. Definitely. I think, you know, at this age, it's about opening as many things up to the children as possible, giving them experience as many things as possible, and whether they become architects or not, actually understanding about these kind of procedures. Obviously there are many different areas of work they could go into, but it's opening up those opportunities for them, whether they're, you know, 16 and doing their GCSEs, or whether they're 8 and 9 years old. It will stick with them, and that experience will stay in their memory. And, you know, I think most definitely they really loved the designing part and that creative thinking, and I think it definitely would spur them on for the future.
What sort of impression do you think they got about sustainability whilst they were there? A positive one?
Yeah, I think definitely positive. You know, they all came away from the centre all quite amazed, I think, at what you can actually do to a building to make it.
Before, maybe,
and you know, here in our school, we're in a very old building where it's not very eco-friendly. Probably, like the windows and different things like that are so different. So, hopefully, for the children, they'll see that maybe houses of the future, you know, need to be designed in different ways.
What was quite nice is that when we started this topic, the children were aware of the minimal things you can do, so to speak, like the recycling, turning the lights off when you leave a room. We have energy savers, we have the green team here at school. So the messages are going through already. But I think what was nice to see was that when they came and saw it in Passive House, that they could really see it in action, and using the architect's drawings as well also gave them a chance to sort of put down a few of their own ideas and actually plan how something would be. So I think, you know, they came with initial ideas, and those certainly grew while they were there, and I think their imaginations were targeted as well.
If it's a really chilly day and you have to go to work, the triple blaze will keep you really warm, so you didn't have to waste electricity.
The solar panel.
And why are the solar panels so important?
Because it keeps, instead of using electricity, the sun it bounces off the solar panel.
So it takes its power from the sun rather than taking it from bad things like coal and you know, so.
Well, the meter that tells you if there's too much carbon dioxide.
That was another feature, wasn't it? So that's how we record how much carbon dioxide there is in the room. We need to keep it at a certain level.
You know, the toilet light, it's good because when you walk in, you don't have to press on the light switch, because you walk in and it's got like the sensor, and it senses whether you're walking in.
So it turns on automatically.
It turns on automatically. But if you go out, you have to wait about 1 or 2 minutes so that it goes
and
off.
It turns off. So why do you think that's good compared to just having a light that you switch on and off? Yeah?
Because it's not wasting time.
And not wasting...
electricity.
Exactly. Yeah, Wendy, would you like to tell us about the green team?
What we usually do in the green team, they try to protect our building to make it a better place, not to waste lots of things like, for example, flowers. They try to help the environment so that you don't hurt flowers and stuff, and let trees grow so that we get more oxygen. Not too much.
Do you think that going on a trip like this, when you came to visit the Mildmay, do you think that was something good for children to do? Yes.
When I went there, I never knew what triple glazed windows were, because I had me and Freddie had it at home, and I never knew what it was until I went there, and now I'm starting to recycle. I use newspapers to make robots.
You can reduce and reuse, and you can recycle. And if there's paper in the floor, you can make stuff out of puppets and stuff.
Do you think sustainability, does it seem like it's something that's easy or something hard? What do you think? It's really easy. Why is it really easy?
Because all you have to do, so say you go into a room, you turn on the light, you go out of the room and turn off the light. So it's, yeah.
And do you think that more people should be doing those kind of things? So how did you like having the architects there as well, talking to you? Did you like that? Why did you like that?
I liked it because they helped me find out new things and stuff, because there's some things there which I didn't really know about, and now I've went there, I've known more about what it's like to recycle, because sometimes people usually would say you should recycle, but sometimes I ask myself, why do we have to recycle? And
did they help you understand that a bit more?
Yeah.
Very good.
This thing, I think it with the solar panel, if the sun's there, it put the heat in the solar panel and then it creates electricity.
I put a wind turbine and a bird box for the roof garden, so that birds can come and eat and spend the time there. And I put a wind turbine there to make electricity.
Very good. Okay.
Well, people generate warmth, so I drew some little people here. And the lights are energy-saving lights.
Maybe I decided maybe to have a roof garden so that we could have more oxygen, to have trees and grass like that and then some animals can have a place to stay like that.
What about, did you have any insulation on your building, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, so around the outside?
Yeah.
And what do you remember what the insulation provides? It keeps the building nice and warm.
I had Mildmay Centre, you had the blinds, but you had a switch. Well, I was thinking that you could maybe put a sensor outside or inside, and when it gets too bright, bright or it gets too sunny, the blind can go down, but if you want to go out, there's a sensor at the top as well, and the blinds would go up quick, and then you open the door and you can go out, and then when you come back in, if it's bright, if it's not that bright, then the blinds can stay open.
I mean, the Mildmay Centre is a bit different, very different from our school, because they have triple glazed windows and our windows aren't that thick. The triple glazed windows keep the heat inside the building and keep the cold air outside the building.
Another reason that the Mildmay Centre is different from our school is because at the Mildmay Centre there is some solar panels on the roof, and instead of using other things like coal and stuff, they use the sun to get their electricity.
In the Mildmay Centre, there's a toilet which has a sensor. So in the Clerkenwell school, when you go to the toilet, you need to switch the light on, and in your home. But in the Mildmay Centre, there's a sensor who puts the light on.
So why is that happening? Do you know?
Because it's like taking time and you're wasting electricity.
In Mildmay Centre, they have a roof garden and we don't at our school, because we have a playground and they don't. And they have little holes for birds to live in.
Okay, go.
In Mildmay Centre, you don't need to turn on the lights because it wastes electricity, and the windows are on the roof. The windows are like see-through, so the sun can go through, and it makes light, so like it can go very bright.
The walls have insulation, so you don't really need to have heating like in our school, because the insulation keeps all the warmth out and it's really thick. And our school is thin, and because the Mildmay Centre has triple glaze and our school only has one.